Hey guys, what's up? Green Machine Sam back with yet another video and a new series to the channel. And you may be saying, why are you playing as the Houston Texans? Why are they so bad? This is life after basically everybody. I'm basically making it as Deshaun Watson gets traded, J.J. Watt gets let go, goes and joins his brothers in Pittsburgh. We get rid of basically all cap penalties, and everybody on this team is a free agent, basically. If you go download the latest roster, all these guys are free agents. So I went through, picked out some of my favorite free agents, some of my, coolest free agents for the most part, and I signed them, and I said, these are going to be my guys for 2 years. And here's the thing. I'm not going to be allowed to sign a whole ton of people in the first offseason. We're moving to OKC. You guys will see the jerseys and see the, all the other stuff later. We end up re-signing both our trainer and scout for decent deals. So, Vinatieri and Colquitt, those were kicker and punter. They do retire. So, we will have to find new players in those categories. But everybody on the team, I picked 5 players on my team. They got 5-year contracts worth $550K. And then everybody else on the team had 2-year deals. This first year, I was only allowed to try to sign 5 guys. But then if they did get, a real contract thrown at them, I could technically go and try to sign somebody else. So that's why we got Zach Pascal. That's why we got Robert Tonyan. And here's the thing. This is going to be a little bit different. We're going to take Keith Porter here. We don't have a whole ton of trade value. We don't have a whole ton of trade up ability. We don't have a whole ton of trade. We don't have a whole ton of draft capital, but we will have to draft people who we think are good. Brandon Turner here, 70 overall, power rusher out of Boise State. He's good. We are going to be running a 3-4. Stephon Stokes, another good wide receiver. A good wide receiver. He's going to be our number 1. He's going to be a slot guy. A 4, 6, and a 6 of 2021 gets me a 3 of next year from the Eagles. And if you guys were looking at the name, yes, we are the OKC Lancers. So that's who we're becoming. Malcolm Merriweather, he's another good guy. He'll pair up with Stokes fairly well. Hopefully they can become a good tandem at wide receiver. This was a good stepping stone for us. We definitely needed these guys. This does solidify an offensive lineman, a good defensive lineman, and some wide receivers. So we have no cap penalty. We have all the cap room basically possible. And this is what Brandon Turner is going to be rocking. The weird thing is that anything that is showing up as blue, like the arm sleeve, actually turns to the jersey color when we get in game because Madden's fucking broken. So this is Malcolm Merriweather. This is Stephon Stokes rocking 81 out of Michigan. So this is a relocation, rebuild franchise. Now what that entails is I'll hop into games. I will, but it's only going to be key moments, or it's going to be basically all offense to try to get somebody a depth trait maybe, or stuff like that. I plan on playing about 4 to 8 games a year. I don't know how I'm exactly going to do this yet. We might do it season by season. We might do it more like every couple of games or so. I don't really know yet. This is just the beginning. This is the number 1 episode. So as time goes on, changes will occur, and if I find something I like to do, I'll do that more. So going into Season 2, we did end up getting Robert Tonyan, like you saw. I don't think Dwayne hasn't signed with us, but he was in free agency. And anyway, we ended up signing Taysom Hill. We ended up signing a rookie quarterback that was a 64 overall. Signed some other guys, just some other guys that we needed along the way. Some corners that will probably be gone after this year because I don't feel like re-signing them to massive contracts. Manuel Mosley, Jannard Avery, Frankie Louvu, Kello Witherspoon, Levi Wallace. Just things like that. And it's going to be tough because I'm going to try to limit myself on how much I can actually sign people, but I can sign people if I have needs going into the actual season. So that's why I signed like 4 wide receivers. So let's hop into the games, I guess, now. So these are just some of the best plays. It's going to be a lot of offensive stuff. Defense, we could not stop like any team. Like no matter what type of coverage I put us in, just didn't seem like we could stop them. Um, I made some good plays every now and then, and Dwayne Haskins missed some throws, but it wasn't completely terrible. It was okay. There were some games that I was really close in, and maybe we just lost because of defense, and then other games we just got blown out in. I don't know if Dwayne Haskins is the future. I don't know who is. I don't know who isn't. But one thing is for certain, these uniforms are nice. I like these the most. They kind of, the whites remind me of Texas Longhorns jerseys. I don't know if you guys see it, but they remind me of Texas Longhorn jerseys. Stokes here, open for a touchdown, just going to drop the ball into him. Boom, boom, boom. And then we really have to lean on this run game. Leif Bell was a decent carry for us, but he's not going to be anything super exciting. So like I said, these are just highlights for the most part of the games that I did play. Played the Jets, played the Bengals, played the Pats, played I think one other game. I'm not 100% sure. After a couple of these games and just like losing by a lot or getting close and then just getting my ass fucking ripped open, I decided that was enough, and I decided, fuck this, I'm just gonna send to the next year when we get some actual talent on the team. So I do like I like the whites though. I wish it would have came with another set of pants. I wish it would have came with some actual socks, some more cleats. But Madden's a fucking bum ass fucking game. Of course, it doesn't come with what we need. And this game, we decided to throw to like all tight ends basically. Brock Rechstein, I'm gonna count as a tight end. They just kept getting open, and here we're just gonna put one up for Jesper Horsted, and he just goes up against it. I didn't expect him to actually come down with it. I just wanted to throw a decent ball and get him off balance maybe on the play action fake, but he actually came down with it. So, and Robert Tonyan wide open, just going to throw a little bit of a dot into that back corner. Boom, end up losing the game. But hey, this basically sums up our season right here is, shaking our heads, not really doing much, and then just looking back and going, God fucking damn, we got our shit kicked in. And that's exactly how it feels, and we're gonna keep pushing though. But hey, and one thing that is helping though with us losing games and not really being that great of a team is our funds are going up, so we won't run out of funds within like 2 years and have to sell the team technically. So, but nobody really did anything too important. Merriweather and Stokes both had over 900 yards. Stokes had 8 touchdowns. Merriweather had 4. Robert Tonyan had 680 yards and 6 touchdowns. So our receiving core definitely did okay, but it wasn't the greatest. Our offensive line was bad, to say the least. Darren Lee played out of his mind. 142 tackles, 15 for a loss, 2 sacks, 5 picks. He played insane. He won Defensive Player of the Year. He won Linebacker of the Year. He got up to, I think, star, and I think he got up to like a 74 overall at middle linebacker. And that's with starting at a 68 overall middle linebacker. He was a 70 on the outside, but we moved him inside. Breland Speaks had 7.5 sacks. That's impressive, especially coming from his defensive tackle position. Turner had, I think, 4. So, like I said, Darren Lee had 5 picks. Levi Wallace had 3. McMillan had 2. Mosley had 2. Wilson had 1. Jackson had 1. Tabor had 1. Tez Tabor, one of the most disappointing players. I remember when a lot of, Lions fans thought he was going to be real good and then just didn't, show up and was, cut after 1 year, it seemed like. So, had 3 blocked kicks, though. That's pretty good. Getting to the kicker, making sure they can't get easy points. 1 safety and no touchdowns. So, MVP, nobody in there, of course. We're not going to get anywhere near that. Deshaun Watson wins MVP with the Jets. We trade him to the Jets. So, nobody in Offensive Player of the Year. Darren Lee, like I said, Defensive Player of the Year. 2 and 14. He did get up to 75 overall. Played very, very well for us, and he deserves it. Stephon Stokes wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Good for him. Malcolm Merriweather at 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Brandon Turner. That would have been great if he would have got number 1. And we're basically letting everybody walk. I don't need a whole ton of these guys back. And one of the things I did want to go into the offseason looking at is however many guys I lose, that's how many guys I can bring in. So we're going after Jair Alexander, Mark Andrews, Michael Gallup, Orlando Brown, Harold Landry, Deshaun Elliott, Jamal Williams. So we did go after 34 guys. Now, if somebody gets Now, if I take somebody off of my negotiations, then I can go after somebody else, but I am only going after 34 guys here. If you guys want to go through and count them as I go down, that's perfectly fine. If not, whatever. But trust me, I only went after 34 guys to get Jair Alexander, Mark Andrews, Michael Gallup, Deshaun Elliott, Blankenship, Tate, Harris, Schultz, Williams, Bentley, Nassib, Hill, Flanagan Fowles, who we actually released like in the offseason. The number 1 overall pick, since we did have it this year, we traded that back to number 5, 37, and a pick next year in the first round. This was because the QB was projected number 3 overall, but the top 5 teams didn't need a quarterback. I think it was like Herbert, and it was 4 80 overall quarterbacks that were young, and I was like, they're not going to draft one. And the next team after that was going to be the Dolphins and the Falcons, and I didn't trust them not taking a quarterback. Traded back, get our quarterback at number 5. Took John Hamilton at number 27. He was an early round guy. I really wanted him. He's going to play guard for us. John McCutcheon, he looked good. I was just concerned. I didn't want to take a safety this high. I have not had the greatest luck taking safeties recently, but he is a 17 in the class, took him at 33. Hidden dev trait, that is impressive. Blake Izzo, number 10 in the class, took him at 37. He's going to also be another guard for us. Like I said, centers are the best position to draft on the O-line. It doesn't matter. They normally turn out better than most. Roy Bush, I didn't expect him to be here in the 3rd round, but he will be a backup linebacker. So he was good value at the time. So Spencer Norris, he's another good value guy. He's 6'5", 316, 24 years old, power out of Mississippi State. He might move all the way over to tackle if I really have to. Leonard Bramble, he was just good value. He was a 6th round projected guy. Number 1, he was a 1st round talent. Had to take him, and he ended up turning out really good. Deshaun Roach, number 72 in the class, took him at 123. He's a good power rusher. He moved down to that end spot because we are running a 4-3 now with the new addition of our new head coach. Adrian Trent, another defensive end type guy, 6'6", 265, 22 years old, power rush out of Tulane. We do end up trading Hinton, a 6 for 2 5s, a 5 of this year and a 5 next year. So we ended up getting basically moved up in the next year's draft and trading a guard for a 5th round pick. Alan Barrett, he's just too good to pass up on. He's going to be a good backup for years to come. A lot of these guys are going to be good backups or good role players, and that's something I like taking is good backups and role players. We took 2 guys in each round all the way up until the 5th round. Some later than others, of course, but got some good O-linemen, got some good, we got hopefully our QB of the future, got some good linebackers, edge rushers, defensive backs. So this is going to be Craig Kelly rocking number 4. Go fuck yourself, Deshaun Watson. I'm just kidding. He's going to rock number 8. I didn't realize that we still had Teamu and Devlin Hodges on the team. John Hamilton will move out to right guard and become our new starting right guard. Connor Williams, the offensive lineman that we signed, is going to move all the way over to right tackle. John McCutcheon, and we're number 22, strong safety. Now that is a question at defensive back. What are we going to do? Are we going to move Quincy Wilson and Emmanuel Mosley back down to corner, especially with Deshaun Elliott coming in on a $550K contract? I'm not going to get rid of him for no reason. Blake Izzo is going to move over to left guard. Roy Bush is going to move over to right outside linebacker. We're number 40. He's more of a speed guy anyway. We're going to let him go roam. So he might start, he might not, just depending on how I feel. Spencer Norris, he's 6'5". He's one of the biggest guys we have. He's moving to left tackle. He's a 70 overall at left tackle, so fuck it. He's playing left tackle. Leonard Bramble, number 20, strong safety out of Michigan. He's going to be a beast as well. Coming in here, he was teammates with Stokes in college. Deshaun Roach is going to be an edge rusher for us. He's going to move over to right end. Him and Trent are going to battle out, but they both should be very, very good players for us. Especially moving to 4-3 with this new head coach, we should have plenty of success. Alan Barrett, good backup linebacker. He's probably going to be backing up Roy Bush, to say the least. He's going to be wearing number 55. Good special teams guy. I think he'll be a great special teams guy. So this was another thing that I looked at and I saw and I thought would be cool. So I put a cool filter on it, and it is actually the thumbnail. But with that being said, guys, if you guys do enjoy my content, I'd appreciate a subscription, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys turn on that post notification, you guys will be notified anytime I upload. With that being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.